former Premier Li dies months after retiring. Anything we should look at here, Roy?
Well, I think, first of all, this is a huge shock and surprise for all of the Chinese people because he's so famous. He's been the premier for 10 years. And it is reported by the state media that he suffered a heart attack after swimming, and he was sent to hospital and died in the age of 68. So he was in good shape. He was in good health. So this is a very eerie, bizarre situation. And also, look, like for a person like that, for a person like Premier Li, he's a national level official. He has a whole medical team accompanied anywhere. And if there were any cardiovascular problem, there's no need to be sent to hospital. He can get medical care anytime. And if you look at other senior officials, like high-ranking officials, like they never die. Like they just live until like 90s or 100. Like if you look at Deng, he died at like 92, and Jiang Zemin just died like a couple of years ago. He died at 96, and Li Peng died at 90. So this is very abnormal. So our sources, the CCP whistleblowers, tell us that 1 month before Li's death, Cai Qi, the current fifth-ranking member in the Politburo, ordered Li's bodyguard to prepare Li's will, and also ordered that the will should be including Li's support of Xi's leadership. So this is from our intelligence. And actually that happened. If you look at Li's obituary released by the state media, Xi Jinping's name were mentioned 5 times. So right now, like all over China, there are like self-organized commemorations, but like there are crackdowns, there are blockage, like bodyguards, and also we're expecting on the internet there are going to be crackdown censorship a lot about this incident. But the people are gathering around, like having a parade and giving flowers, showing his portrait just to show respect, because compared to Xi, he's a much better politician.
Okay, well, he was the premier for a decade, and he was head of the CCP. So why the crackdown? Like, why the censorship? Why don't they want a rally? Why don't they want to commemorate his death? I mean, I'm not really getting this. Like, what is at the genesis of the current regime, of the current President Xi regime, trying to censor any commemoration for former Premier Li?
So first of all, just give you some background and context, and also a little bit of history of the Chinese Communist Party, especially around time in, like, for example, June 4th, 1989. In history, like Li is like the representative of a faction called the Young League faction. This is a faction when before 1989, because of the like political pressure and outside and internal pressure, like there's call for the political reform, and that's what was hoped for, and. Like the 1989, the June 4th, like Tiananmen massacre happened, and then this plan of having two-party system just suspended. So basically, the Youth League faction was to become and develop into another party with a Chinese Communist Party, and then the West and everyone's hoping that we can have a two-party system, rule of law, and democracy in China. So that's the design, the plan. So right now, this event, Li's death, actually signals the death of the hope for reform inside the party, and of course, like the West should not continue to hope. It's been lasting for like more than 30 years after the Tiananmen massacre, right? And now the Chinese Communist Party is essentially by nature becoming the Xi party. So Xi is having all these Stalin-style political purge against all these first-rank, officials. We talked about the PLA, we talked about the Iraqi force, and also foreign minister missing. Everyone's disappearing. And this is, I think, one of the reasons is Xi's personal health is, deteriorating, because she has this cervical spine problem. It's a serious problem, like Miles first told the world. like Li Keqiang is kind of like different from Xi Jinping. He's loved a lot by the people, and he probably could be the predecessor. He could be replacing Xi. Actually, there's a rumors like calling for it like before the 20th Party Congress, and also that would be a big pressure, problem for Xi, because he has a worse and worse health problem, and then he could not probably name his own successor. So, but now, like, the crackdown is happening, and Xi is, like, CCP is in this dilemma because there could be another movement like June 4th, the Tiananmen protest, which is triggered by the death of former General Secretary Hu Yaobang, which is very similar to the current situation right now.